Hello my beautiful viewers on my channel James Higgins Open World. Well, this is episode 6 of James Higgins Mysterious World, episode 6. I'm doing it early because we're in lockdown. I just need something to do really, so it's not due out for another week, but maybe me, I've decided to release it early for all my fans. Yeah, thank you very, very much. Anyway, here we go, the first story on James Higgins' Mysterious World, episode 6, right? It's about the London Underground, this story. The stabbed actor of Covent Garden, right, here we go. Covent Garden is right in the centre of London, West End. It's theatre district, and the station is also home to one of the most famous London Underground ghosts, William Terrace, an actor born in 1847, was an extraordinarily popular figure in melodrama plays in Victorian London in 1897 as he was about to enter the Adelphi Theatre for a performance of a play called Secret Service. He was stabbed to death by Richard Archer, Prince, an actor he had once taken under his wing and who had become fiercely jealous of him. Rumours of Terrace's ghost in the Adelphi Theatre and in the Maiden Lane where he had died were rife. Well, what do you think about that? Wow. Hey, wow. Just 1 second, we'll get to it. Right, here's another story on the London Underground. The children's screams of Bethnal Green. Right, here we go. During the Second World War, Bethnal Green tube station in London, London's East End, was used as an air raid shelter from German bombing attacks. Up to 7,000 people are known to have sheltered in Bethnal Green Station during the height of the raids. On March 3rd, 1943, Berlin had been heavily bombed, so London was expecting a retaliatory raid. And when the sirens went off at 8:17 p.m, there were already 500 people in the station before an estimated 1,500 people poured in from the nearby homes, restaurants, cinemas and buses. 1 second. Right. The steps down to the platform were wet and dimly lit, and as people went down they began to panic when they heard the sound of a nearby explosion at the bottom of the steps. A woman holding a baby fell over, creating a domino effect in which hundreds of people fell down the stairs in just 15 seconds as others kept surging in from the streets above. 173 people died, mostly from asphyxiation, including 62 children. Since then, London Underground employees have reported hearing the sound of children sobbing, women screaming and people panicking at night when the station is empty. It seems that the events of that night have left permanent marks on Bethnal Green Station. Wow. Hey? Wow. Can you believe that, eh? Wow. And I good to you, eh? Hey? You're getting James Higgins' Mysterious World a week early. Get in there, big Jesus. 1 second, right? There's another one, another London Underground story, right? The Black Nun of Bank Station. That's what it says. That's what it says. The Black Nun of Bank Station. No racial slurs intended in any way, shape, or form. You know, that is just what it's called. The story. In 1811, an employee of the Bank of England, Philip Whitehead, was charged with forgery and sentenced to death before being hanged in 1812. Unfortunately, his sister Sarah wasn't informed and kept visiting the banking hall, asking to see her brother before the truth about his death was revealed to her. Dressed in a long black dress and black veil, she spiraled into denial and kept visiting and insisting to see her brother. Although she stopped visiting after she was paid off by the bank, she was spotted around the Bank of England again after her death, asking passers-by if they had seen Philip. She's also been spotted at Bank Station where passengers have said there's an atmosphere of sadness and despondency along with sounds of ghostly moaning on platforms. There are also reports of foul smells. The station, which built on one of London's many plague pits where thousands of people were buried during the Black Death in the 17th century. Wow! Bloody hell, eh? Eh? Wow! Bloody hell. That's another story. Wow! Oh, let's get to the next one. The Weeping Woman of King's Cross. Right, here we go. Second. The Weeping Woman of King's Cross. Right, King's Cross is one of the biggest and most famous tube stations in London. But what a lot of people don't know is that on November 18th, 1987, 31 people were killed and 100 were injured in a fire at the station. The blaze started underneath a wooden escalator, probably because of a dropped lit match. Although it initially seemed minor, there were a sudden flashover up into the ticket hall about 15 minutes after the first reports of smoke. Most of the people in there were killed or seriously injured. Since then, a young woman with long brown hair wearing modern clothes has been seen at King's Cross screaming with her arms stretched out before disappearing when people tried to comfort her. Passengers have reported smelling smoke when the girl was first seen. Wow, eh? Wow. Wow, eh? It's another story. 1 second, just 1 second. Right, here's the next story. The ghostly happenings of Elephant and Castle. Right. Elephant and Castle is a famous place in London. Although there haven't been any reports of particularly tragic incidents at Elephant and Castle, there have still been plenty of ghostly sightings and sounds reported by both passengers and station staff. When it closed, staff have heard the sounds of someone running along the platform, along with doors opening mysteriously and odd tapping noises. There's also been a lot of reports of the ghost of a young woman who gets on the train before vanishing as it pulls away from the platform. Wow! Hey! Hey! Wow! Just 1 second and we'll get to the next story here on my channel, James Higgins Open World, not Pokemon channel. And this episode of James Higgins Mysterious World, episode 6. Welcome Get back. In there. Hey, well, here we are. So far, this has been episode 6. Has been all about the London Underground, and I've decided that's what it's going to be. This episode is all about ghosts on the London Underground, so it's a special about that. I've just decided right here, right now, that's an exclusive to this channel. But this is what episode 6 of James Higgins Mysterious World is all about. Ghosts on the Underground. So 1 second, I'll get to another story. The slammed doors of the Kennington Loop. Just 1 second. Right, here we go. Listen up. Right, here we go. The Northern Line is one of the longest underground lines, stretching from the furthest reaches of North London right down to the south. On the Northern Line, there's an area called the Kennington Loop, which is where the trains turn around and passengers aren't allowed. Drivers don't like the track because it's a tight curve and trains are sometimes held there for a long time. Another reason the Kennington Loop is unpopular is that there have been reports of drivers hearing voices in their empty trains, and even more spookily, a number of drivers have heard all the interconnecting carriages doors slamming open and shut. Allegedly, a passenger once tried to board the train while it was moving through a connecting door before being dragged into the tunnel and killed. Wow. I have actually heard that story before on another programme, and I've seen the Kennington Loop on this other programme. That was a TV series called Ghosts on the Underground, and that's on YouTube at the moment, so you can watch that as well. See, I've put a little link in there. Aren't I good, eh? Hey, gold me, you know. Gold, I'm telling you. Gold, that's me. Get in there. Hey, right, here we go. On to number one. On the Underground, the white figure of Liverpool Street. Now, I've been on the Underground loads of times. I like it, myself personally, but here we go. Let's get back to the story. One of London's busiest stations, Liverpool Street, is also one of the most haunted. Like all tube stations, the platforms are carefully monitored with CCTV, and that's true. Cameras by line controllers, and in 2000 a line controller spotted a man dressed in white overalls standing in Liverpool Street station at night when it was closed. He talked to the station supervisor, Steve Coates, who went in search of the man but couldn't find him. Wow. By the entrance to the central line, the station supervisor called the line controller back to explain what had happened, only to be told that while he was conducting his search, the man in white overalls had been standing right next to him. He began a second search, during which the line controller could still see the man standing right next to him, apparently unnoticed, before the two men finally gave up. The supervisor then found a pair of white overalls on a bench on the platform, but was absolutely certain that nobody had walked past him. After leaving the overalls there, the mystery has never been solved. Wow! Can you believe that, eh? Here on my channel, James Higgins, Open World, on this episode of James Higgins' Mysterious World, episode 6. Hey, get in there! Hey. Right, this is the last story now, here on my channel, James Higgins' Open World. This is the last story on this episode of James Higgins' Mysterious World, episode 6, which I've released early. Aye, good, eh? Go, get in there. Here we go. Aldgate Station, which opened in 1876 and was built on another plague pit, is another of the most haunted stations in the city. Supposedly there's even a logbook for ghost sightings, such as phantom footsteps. Unlike most of the other London Underground ghosts, though, the main ghost of Aldgate is a soothing and kind presence. An electrician working at Aldgate one night slipped between the tracks, hitting a live power rail, and received a 20,000 volt shock. I think that's right. It should have killed him, but he survived after being knocked unconscious, receiving only some bruising. Afterwards, his colleagues claimed that they saw a transparent figure of an old lady kneeling beside the unconscious man and stroking his hair. Whether she was comforting or saving him, it's definitely one of the most pleasant ghost sightings around. Could that have been an angel, though? Could that have been an angel? You just don't know, do you? I believe in angels and all the rest of it, me. No proof of it, but I do believe in it. Well, there you go. That's episode 6 of James Higgins' Mysterious World. Over. And it's released early. Right, if you've got any paranormal stories, please send them in to me just one second. Yeah, please send your paranormal stories in to formchester69@hotmail.com. So that's formchester69@hotmail.com if you've got any. Don't be afraid to send them in, you know. Get them in, you'll be on my show, you know. James Higgins' Mysterious Universe. World. James Higgins' Mysterious World, that's my other series, the first series. James Higgins' Mysterious Universe. Anyway, thank you for watching my channel. I hope you've watched it till the end. And please tell all your friends about my channel, James Higgins' Open World. It's just getting better and better, you know. It's an evolving process, this channel, and it's getting great. But it's always, you know, so please subscribe. What's down there? Thank you very much. Goodbye.